Hello everybody, it's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, here with another Create and Relate. My daughter did it. As you can see, I am still working on the blue, and that's because I got a pain right here. I actually had 4 shawls going at one time, and I frogged one. And I'm going to frog this one, even though I love it. I'm calling this one, or this pattern, triangles cubed. But this one is going to be mine, and this is too thick for me. I need holes. I need a lot of airy holes. So I need something kind of lacy, even though I am using full worsted weight yarn. I still need a lot of holes. And I did. Taking out stitch markers. Yeah. But the one I made for my granddaughter, the rainbow one, I was gonna call it Bumpy Rose, but I decided to call it Rainbow Bumps or Rainbow something, because I'm gonna call this one Bumpy Rose. Yeah, that's the texture throughout. I am loving this mandala. It's really soft. It's very pliable. Oh my goodness. I keep putting my daughter's shawl on and losing myself in it. Yeah. I'm still working on the pink and green one. So I really haven't decided if I'm gonna frog that yet. I'll get so deep into a project and it'll be looking really good to me the day that I'm working on it. And like this one is still beautiful to me. It's so beautiful to me. It really is. But it's too thick for me. This is not gonna work. I mean, maybe if I do this further down at the bottom, but up around here it can't be this thick. This is the pink and green one, and of course it's textured at different points. Starts out textured, and then it goes flat, and then it's going to texture again around the end. But you see, I went with the green, the variegated, the solid pink, back to the variegated, and then I'm going back to I went with the I'm sorry, I'm all out of the camera. And with the green, the variegated, the soft pink, the variegated, the cream or the off-white, and then I'm going to go back to the green from here. I think this is going to be my I haven't decided. I think I'm going to do 2 more rows of this, and then I'm going to go back to the rose, the bumpy rose. So that will complete the bottom. The person that this one's for is short, so it doesn't have to be really, really, really long. She's only like 5 feet tall. And I know I make it sound like I'm a giant, but I'm only 5'3". But I like big shawls. I like huge shawls. I want to wrap up in a shawl like I'm wrapping up in a blanket. So the one that I made for my daughter that you could also use as a sarong. I'm actually thinking about making that one as the one donated and making her one in her sorority colors, which is navy blue and gold. So I'm thinking about that. I've got the peach one to do. I'm sorry, forgive me. Not had much sleep. Got a lot on my mind, a whole lot on my mind. So here is what I need from you. First of all, thank you to my new subscribers. Love you so much. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much even one person helps. My goal for the month of May was 10, and I surpassed that goal. I have a number in mind for June, and I'm coming up on that number, and I'm grateful, and I know I'll get there. But I want to learn how to sell my items through YouTube. I am one of the people who had a bad experience with Etsy. And even though it was years ago, it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I don't want to go that route again. So I've been basically using the word of mouth method. But what I would like from you all, anybody who views this, please, please, please leave me tips in the comments about how to edit these videos, because I did a really poor job with the last one, and I keep trying and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm really fishing around doing this by myself on my own, and I'm 60 years old, so it's I have to fumble with it so that I'll learn it. But any assistance that I can get would be greatly appreciated. I want to learn how to run credits at the end so that I can acknowledge those people on screen instead of typing everything out. I want my outro to be what's in my description box now instead of typing everybody's name out. I want to know how to properly tag individuals. I want to know, like the common shell show, excuse me please, that I did by Bag a Day. I want to know how to properly put these things where they're supposed to be. I would love to run that information across the screen, you know, either at the top of the screen or at the bottom of the screen, so that it can be seen. Because if you're like me, when somebody says you can find this in the description box, it's starting to sink in now, but in the beginning it wasn't. You know, it's like, wow, would she, I need a pen and paper when I'm looking at these videos, because they said that was such and such by so and so, or they did this pattern, and I was missing out on a lot. So I found myself going back looking at, excuse me, a lot of videos that I've viewed previously. So y'all gonna be getting some more views just so that I can catch that information. I want to talk a little bit about, I have to keep track of my time, I still need to run to the store. I want to talk a little bit about aging and things that we can do to help the process along, or to help us navigate through this point in our lives. Because when 60 hit, you anticipate, excuse me, you anticipate the different age coming. But it's like once I reached 55, there was no significant difference for me, so to speak. But at the age of 60, it was like December 2nd, I felt good. My bestie, and I call her boo my brother, but my bestie and my brother took me out to Golden Corral for dinner, and my daughters and my grandkids. I had carrot cake cupcakes, y'all. The only reason I can figure that I'm yawning so much is because I did it the first time. I keep seeing myself do it on this camera because I'm not sleepy. But I had carrot cake cupcakes, a dozen of them. My grandson told me it was a pajama set. You all have seen it. It says grandma is and ingredients. I wear that out. That's a pantsuit to me. It's cute. So it's cute. I'm cute. Why not be cute when I go out? And then I have the shoes to go with it. They're blue slide-ons, look like tennis shoes with the little leopard print down the side. Love me some leopard print. Yes. Almost as much as I love purple. Yeah, I got a necklace that was too small for me, so I wrapped it around my wrist twice to wear it as a bracelet. And then I accidentally broke it, but I keep it in my wallet so that it stays close to me. And then I got this carrying pouch. I know it's over here close to me somewhere, but it's so cute, and it says, told y'all it was close. I know this is backwards, but damn, I make 60 look good. For a while, that was holding, when I was going up to the school to pick up my grandkids, my crocheting notions and hooks would go in that bag along with my wallet. And I'm sorry, y'all, please forgive me. I got this beautiful card that I cannot put my hands on right now. But that card is absolutely amazing. And it's got all kinds of candy bars listed on the front of it. So that's the closest I'm coming to candy bars here lately. So, little tips for navigating through aging. And quite honestly, I would say start this around the age of 30, 35. Anytime you get to an age where you feel like you're starting to settle, what comes along with settling is forgetting. On my table here in front of me, I have 1/8 of a pack of lined notebook paper and 2 5-subject notebooks. Having OCD, everything has to be separated, organized, filed. Everything has its appropriate place. I'm not a neat freak. Don't get the two twisted. But I am very OCD, and everything. That's like I have a shot glass sitting up here. Anytime I look up here on the shelf, there's my Dallas Cowboy shot glass is right there. And I'm cool with that. My medications are right here. Easy for me to reach. I keep a bottle of water right down here beside my table. And one, sorry, and one right here on the shelf by me. Everything is within reach. Um, and even though I am about to change some things around, so y'all are going to be seeing a different background. But getting back to the point, because I do that a lot, keep your notebook, a journal, any type of writing apparatus, and um, something to write with close by at all times. I know that we rely on our phones a lot, but the problem that I've had with my phone is yesterday I was able to record a video. I was able to play games on my phone. I was able to do all of that and did not realize until this afternoon that I didn't get any phone calls yesterday. And the only way I realized it this afternoon is because this morning I had some very important phone calls to make and thought that the line was just busy, so it was just kicking me out because the line was busy. And when my daughter got home, she tried to call the number and it went straight through. So then I tried to call my other daughter and it kicked me out as well. And I tried a couple of other numbers and it did the same thing. And I realized that I wasn't able to make calls out or get calls in. I wasn't able to text anybody or receive text because I get a text from my bestie's mom every morning. Good morning, Kitty. It's a beautiful whatever day it is. And yeah, I kind of adopted her after my mom passed, and she's one of the greatest. She is. So, Mom, tell her if you're looking at this, I love you. Um, but yeah, keep something to write on and something to write with close by at all times. I'm learning that as a senior or an identified senior, I am privy to a lot of things that I didn't know I was privy to. So when this information flows in, I need to be able to write these things down. Um, yeah. Also, along with having the journal, the paper, the notebook, whatever, get you a planner or create a planner. I like to create planners because I have not seen a planner yet that functions the way I need it to function. I've been able to create them online. I can go create one online, but I find it extremely hard to find planners sold in stores. I've been to Office Max. I've been to all kinds of stores. Walmart, Target. Um, I've been everywhere looking for the kind of planner that, even the builder planners. I need, the only place I need a monthly calendar is maybe on my wall so that everybody can see what I have going on. I like the planner feature in my phone, and I do have a smartphone. I like that feature because I'm able to put multiple things in and distinguish them by color. I don't have time with the planners, the pre-made planners, to always have a highlighter in the color. You understand what I'm saying? So when I make my planners, which I have not made one for this year, and when I thought I had time to, we had another life emergency to come up, and then after that it was the falling and getting the concussion, and then after that it was the heart attack. And yeah, that's where my life has been going since March. But on the I have daily pages. I have my big calendar where I can just put dots on that calendar to signify if it's a doctor's appointment or a procedure. It's in red. If it's that I need to go to the yarn store, that's in purple, because purple is my favorite color and crocheting is my favorite thing to do alongside singing and writing poetry. If it's a poetry event that I want to go to, then that's in blue. If it's the grocery store that I need to go to, that's in orange. And yeah, I have, different colors for different things. So when I create my daily pages, first of all, I have construction paper. So when I finish with one, in order to follow a pattern, I'm able to transfer that to the appropriate color. But under each hour line that I have for a day, I end up having like 3 pages for a day. But under each line, I've highlighted or underlined that line in the highlighter color that I have set aside for that particular thing. If it's bills that need to be paid, of course I put that in black, because that means I'm staying ahead of the game. But yeah, those types of things. That's how and the way I do that, I'll take a either gray or silver and go across that one, or very, very light pink. But a planner, notebook and paper. Have a phone list available. Take the time to write out your emergency contacts. Tuck them in your wallet, stick them in your pocket, one in each purse that you have, your favorite table where you sit, put it there, one in the kitchen on the refrigerator, in case anything happens that someone needs to get in contact, or even, those youngsters who have medical issues, in case anyone needs to reach out, because most of our phones have lock features. And if you can't get in somebody's phone, or somebody's not around that's able to get into your phone, they can't get to your emergency contacts. I've got them all listed in my phone, but that's not going to do me any good. If I get out here, like one day a few weeks ago, I was in the grocery store and I got real lightheaded. I was on my scooter. If I had passed out and didn't have that little piece of paper tucked in my wallet, I'd have been in trouble. I live right next door to the store. I would have been in trouble. And you don't want to find yourself in that situation. So, notebook, pen, planner, emergency contact list. Those 3 things I have found to be very viable. Also, when you get a chance to stop and look things up or just browse around, I don't have the websites. I will look them up, and at a future date, after I look them up and jot them down and learn how to do it, I will post them and let everyone know. But find out what they have available for seniors to do in your area, like Silver Slippers or YMCA or senior activity centers or senior tours or bowling or anything. I can't wait to get back on the trampolines. I don't want to go to the one in this area because they nasty. I mean, I know they clean them, but I've heard what the teenagers do over there, and they nasty. I don't want to go over there. But I want to find me a trampoline arena and go jump on a trampoline. I bowl. Not here lately, but I am a bowler. Fishing. Find and see what type of perks these places offer to you. Call places that you like to go and find out if they have senior days. You know, ask Walmart, do you have senior days? So you'll know what days to elect to do your shopping. You know, Food Lion and Kroger's and Harris Teeter and Target. You know, and even your fast food restaurants. If you want to treat yourself out, find out, Wendy's, do you have a senior day? You know, do you offer any type of senior discounts? And embrace your aging, because there are a lot of things that are available to us. And it's funny because when I worked at Burger King and McDonald's and Wendy's and Chuck E. Cheese, we had, yes, I was the mama bear at Chuck E. Cheese. Loved it. But we had a lot of things that we offered seniors. I remember Burger King, it was a small coffee or a small drink. If they ordered a meal, they could get an apple pie. This was way back when all they had was the apple pie. When I was at McDonald's, this was back in the late 80s, early 90s, we had the senior meals. Like you could get a big breakfast for like cheap. If you were at our store, you could get the big breakfast for $1.50. And that came, of course, with the hot cakes, the egg and cheese, or egg. You could add cheese to the eggs if you wanted to. I never understood why they would put a biscuit in there too. That's just too much bread for me. And a small coffee or a small juice. You know, so it was like breakfast. Of course, meat was extra. But, yeah, find out what these places have to offer. Ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. They say closed mouths don't get fed. So, reach out, look up, write down. The other thing, which is ever so important, having your notebook close to you every single day. Turn that notebook into a journal. Turn that notebook into a journal. And what I mean is turn it into a medical and a mental journal. Write down how you feel. If you have pains, make a note of it, because sometimes there are certain trends or certain things that, certain ailments that work with other ailments that may be a problem. For instance, for years, I have suffered with morbid obesity and hidradenitis suppurativa. That's when you get boils in places where your skin touches skin. And had this problem with eczema. And then I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And then in the 2000s came the congestive heart failure and the hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. Was diagnosed with asthma and osteoarthritis. All of this stuff I had going on together. And when I sat down and had a long talk one day, I told my doctor, I said, look, when we see each other the next time, we're going to need time. And I went from the rooter to the tutor telling her everything that I was going on. And she said to me, you have chronic fatigue syndrome. I realize you have all of these issues, but this is what you have going on, and your mood, lots of times, will pretty much dictate how you feel. Yeah, you're going to wake up in pain every day, but your mood is going to predict your pain level, and God knows she was so right. Because yesterday I was so down. And it's not that I'm not down today, but I'm just able to handle it better today. About my mom being about my mom being gone for 5 years. My mom, you know, and Father's Day was really big because number one, she passed on Father's Day. Number two, my mom and I always did Father's Day up big because all I had was my mom coming up, my mom and my grandparents, my aunt and uncle, you know. But as far as the immediate in-home infrastructure, was just me and my mom. It was just me and my mom, you know, and we took turns cutting the grass and washing the cars and taking the trash out and washing dishes and cooking and cleaning the house and spraying the house down and cleaning windows and, you know, sweeping the sidewalk and the porch and all of this stuff. We took cutting down bushes and trimming hedges, all of that. We took turns. It was just me and my mother, you know, and so on Father's Day, when I finally got myself together as an adult, I would always take my mama out to dinner. And we'd go to restaurants of her choice. And sometimes it was, you know, places like Long John Silver or Captain D's. You know, one time it was Wendy's. But then there were the other times that it was Ruby Tuesdays. What was the name of that place? Buffet City. Shunzing, which was a Chinese buffet restaurant. But, you know, a couple of times we ate in. We ordered out and we ate. We had pizza. You know, one year, oh my God, one year we drove to Suffolk and went to one of her students' farms and got a bush of peanuts. And on the way home, I had this big plastic bag in the floor. And I'm sitting here with these peanuts, and I'm just shaking off the dirt. And then I'm digging in the dirt, getting these peanuts out, still in the shell, of course. And for that Father's Day, we had home oven roasted peanuts and popcorn. Sounds weird, right? And our choice of drink was root beer. But it's what me and my mom did. That's what we did, you know? So leaving that memory over there and coming back to yesterday and how I felt because I was so down yesterday. I'm still having problems with my feet and legs, swelling every day, all day. But yesterday the pain was unreal. Yesterday the pain was unreal. Every time I thought I wanted to eat something yesterday, my stomach would hurt. I get this knot like right here, and I don't know what it is, but it's uncomfortable. I can tell you that much about it. It's very uncomfortable. It hurts. But yeah. Write down how you feel physically and psychologically, because lots of times your psyche will dictate your physical, and sometimes even in that you can notice a pattern. You can really notice a pattern. Another thing, and this is for anybody who takes a lot of medications, either keep your medications close to you. What I found that helps me, and I need to do it another way, and I'm going to do it a different way. My mom used to have me to type out a chart of her medications. Every time her medications changed, I would just go in Excel and change whatever needed to be changed. But right now, all I'm using is my phone, and I don't have Excel on my phone, so I just keep my medications close to me so I can grab them. And whenever I am talking to someone on the phone and they need to know what type of meds I'm taking, I'm able to reach right over here and get it. But an easier way is find a day to write down all of the medications that you have. I find alphabetical order one way, or from most to least important. And I mean, like, I know that every day I have to take my atenolol, which is the blood pressure medicine that helps regulate my heartbeat. I have to take the furosemide to try to keep this fluid down that's in my body that I don't want there. And I have to take the potassium because I'm taking so much furosemide. They say take an aspirin a day, so that kind of goes down to the bottom for me. Now, they have also given me the hydroxyzine to take as needed. It's recommended 3 times a day, but they say as needed. I only take it once a day unless I'm having a super anxious day. Then I'll take it twice. But that would go in the second column. That's the important, but down in the, also in the top column, but it goes underneath the aspirin, is my vitamin D, because I only take that 1 day a week. My stuff like my inhalers, my nitroglycerin, my nebulizer, all of those go kind of down at the bottom because those are really as I need it. Like, I haven't needed my inhaler since like February, March. I have them all over the place, but I haven't needed one since then. Haven't had to take a breathing treatment at the hospital, none of that. So the nebulizer I haven't needed. But the nebulizer itself is right over there, along with the medication. But yeah, I want to get everything listed. I do want to put everything in alphabetical order, and I have like cabinets with doors, and I kind of want to tape that information on the inside of one of the doors so that it'll always be there. I like my mom's charting method, so I might go to that and do it that way. Another thing that I think is, am I leaving something off with the medicines? I think I am. See, that's why you need to write stuff down. So, another thing that I find super helpful, and this is not a religious thing, it is more of a spiritual thing, and everybody does it a different way. Some people do it in the form of reading, some people sing, some people have the quiet time, some people do the chanting, some people do the however it works for you. Set aside 2 hours a day. You can break those 2 hours up. I get up every morning, and my first hour when I wake up, so like I get up about 4:30, but my first hour in the morning is, I call my me time, and I read some from my Bible, which is on my phone, and then I go into quiet mode. My TV is on silent. If the game noise is playing and music is playing in the background, I silence that. If I could lower the sound from my fan, I would do that, but I can't. But the only thing I can hear in my background is my fan. And I just get quiet and I drift. I have to make sure I'm sitting up because I will go back to sleep. But it kind of sets the mood for the whole day. And then after that is when I get up and I sit in my chair and I have my notebook here. And if I have not done it the night before, then I do it in that moment. This is before I even go make my cup of coffee, y'all. Because I want to have a completely, before I even smoke my first cigarette, sitting down with that paper and that pen, and I'm writing out what I need to do for the day. Lots here lately is how many stitches of crocheting I need to. That's why I got stitch markers everywhere, because I know how many stitches I need to do at least for the day. and go down that list. And when it comes to listing things, stop giving yourself these big, broad lists like, today I need to make groceries. Or today, the worst list I've ever seen was done by one of my daughters, and she wrote on her list of things to do: work, run errands, home. I'm like, so what do you do in the morning when you get up? Because I know for me, if I don't see it, and I'm bad at this, y'all. I'm real bad at this. I told y'all I broke all my nails, right? But I'm really bad at this. If I don't see it, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to eat breakfast. And I know that's the most important meal of the day. My mother was a health teacher, okay? But to be honest with you, eating really isn't that important, right? It really isn't. And lots of times if I don't see it on that paper, unless I get a hunger pain or something, I don't even worry about it. Now, when it comes to drinks, I can drink coffee, I can drink energy drinks, I can drink soda, I can drink lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water, cranberry juice, orange juice, pink grapefruit juice. Yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of things that, if I don't write them down on that piece of paper, I definitely would not step the way I'm stepping. The other thing is, I am very soon gonna be starting a weight loss regime, and I'm gonna carry you all on that trail with me. Right now, any weight loss is kind of accidental and has a lot to do with the situation that we're in. I'm not even getting on the scale every day like I'm supposed to. I have a heart issue. I'm supposed to be on that scale twice a day, every day, in the morning and at night. Last time I weighed myself was last Friday when I went to the doctor. But yeah. Um, when you make your list out, instead of saying things like clean my room, break it down. Change my linen. Um, dust, uh, dust all tops. Dust the dresser, dust the chest drawer. Wipe down the TV. Clean the window seals. Wipe down the doors. Flip the chair padding. Reorganize the table. Whatever it is that you need to do in that room, break it down, because I know me, if the job is not complete, I don't see it as being done. So if I write something as broad as clean my room, and I do everything except reorganizing this table, and that's a part of cleaning my room, then I haven't cleaned my room. And to me, that goes in the failure column. And to help keep us uplifted, we need positives. So if I write on that list, these lists of 10 things that need to be done in my room, if I don't get to but 8 of them, I did 80% of my room. That is a plus. But I don't see it that way when I just write clean my room and I haven't done everything. So lots of times it's perception. So we have to keep that in mind. So like I said, something to write with, something to write on. A planner. Your list of medications, your in case of emergency, your emergency contact people. Turn one of those pieces, or create a journal if you have to. If you have to do your moods by colors, do it. Make that journal your lifeline. Also, carry that journal with you when you go to your doctor's appointments, because lots of times we write things in our journals that our doctors need to know, that we don't tell other people. And if we don't carry that information with us to the doctor, we'll forget to tell them. Like, for instance, when I first got up here and I was like, oh, I got a pain in my eye. I'll jot that down around about the time and, which eye it was and what I was doing. And if it happens again, then I have a reference point to go back to. Another thing. Oh yeah, and looking up senior activities, senior benefits and senior activities. Along with that, when you make phone calls, when you handle any type of business whatsoever, write down your date, your time, who you talked to, what your concern was, what their answer was, and if the issue was resolved. If the issue was resolved, that's cool. If it comes up again, you can say, hey, I had this same problem, such and such and such and such. It's almost like filling out a work order for work. You are a piece of work, and you need maintenance. So this is your maintenance form that you're filling out. And if the problem has not been resolved, make a note that it hasn't been resolved and where you need to go from there. Now, if you have to go to the next person, then what you can do is write down create a reference number for that particular item. What I do at the top is like I'll put June, the date, and I'll put A, B. If it's different items, they become A, B, C, and D. I'll put them in. I sort them like a term paper, like a term paper outline. So that way, if I have to, say if it's an issue where I'm talking to one doctor and I have to go see a specialist, then everything that this doctor has said to me or my doctor has said to me, say it's under, what's today, the 17th? So it would be June 17th, item A. And I would be able to go back to that in my journal and relay that information instead of sitting at the doctor's office and be like, I know it's in here. Wait a minute. No, that's not. So instead of fumbling and looking, if you just kind of give everything a little reference number or a tab, colors even. Colors work wonders. We identify with colors. We do, especially as crafters. Everything colors pop for us, So, yeah, sometimes if you have to streak things with colors, like, for instance, when I do my yarn shopping, that big purple dot, then I know if I'm going for hooks or something, which I don't need any more hooks. God, I don't need any more hooks. I don't know, maybe to try some out that I haven't tried or something, but like when I was looking for my Tunisian hooks, when I wanted to start learning to do the Tunisian crochet, then I gave it a reference. Excuse me. And what I did was put TH for Tunisian hooks. And I didn't know what size I was looking for, so I just put the little sticks beside it. I knew that I wanted two different sizes, so that's what I did. When I'm going to look for yarn, if I need solid colors, then I'll make a solid line, or two of the same solid line. If I'm looking for variegated, I pick the main color, like this is peach. And if I knew I was going to get variegated, then I would put a P at the beginning, because I know in my mind it would be peach and not pink. But because pink to me would go under red. But I would take my pink, yellow, and orange highlighter and make those 3 lines. And that way I know that I'm looking for a variegated peach. So those are just ideas to just throw out there to help us along the way. I am going to run to the store. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on this until 2 o'clock. And let's hope we finish. Because this is all double crochet and front post double crochet. And it's not as big as I want it. And my baby girl likes big too. So that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, in between time, please, 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 love you and know that I love you too. Peace out, everybody. See you soon.